A new study out of York University is showing a large number of cyclists and pedestrians are ending up at Toronto's emergency rooms, and it's a statistic that's hugely underreported. When it comes to getting around Toronto, we all know how difficult it can be. All too often we hear headlines about collisions involving vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians. But despite news of deaths and serious injuries, it doesn't tell the full story at our hospitals.
We wanted to see if police reported data captured pedestrian and cyclist injuries. We didn't expect that they would because the police don't respond to everything. That's not their job.
York University professor Alison McPherson is one of the study's authors. The team looked at Toronto hospital data along with police stats from collisions reported to officers. She and the study team found there were around 30,000 visits by cyclists to emergency rooms over 5 years, and approximately 2,300 of those people needed to be admitted.
That's a high number for sure. I think what was the biggest surprise to us was that 80% of those emergency department visits were from cyclist injuries not involving a motor vehicle, and we expected that proportion to be somewhat higher.
92% of injuries weren't captured in police statistics. As for pedestrians,
there were 9,700 pedestrian emergency department visits.
So why did all these injuries happen? McPherson says the team doesn't fully know. They didn't receive information on exactly how, where, or why people were injured, or what they were diagnosed with.
0 deaths is the only acceptable number, and it's achievable when people are doing the right thing. Sadly, we have a lot of people doing the wrong thing.
Constable Sean Shapiro provides this update on what officers saw on the roads in 2023.
We had 45 deaths overall. 29 of those were pedestrians. Now, if you look at the previous years, we had 22 in 2022 and 26 in 2021.
Also last year, 10 vehicle occupants, 5 motorcyclists, and a cyclist died on our roads.
We want people to follow the rules of the road. They're really basic, and they're there to be followed. Many people are taking speed as a general suggestion as opposed to something that they actually have to adhere to.
Back at York University, McPherson says more data and study is needed to come up with recommendations. It also reinforces continued calls for safety improvements.
Previous studies that we've done show that the safest place for a bicyclist to ride is on a pathway separated from motor vehicles. I'm not saying that cycling is unsafe, but I think if we want to make it safer, we need to look at the infrastructure.
In Toronto, Nick Westoll, City News.